Hey guys, hey everybody, this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. Happy Targeted Individual Day for everybody, August 29th, 2018. I just hope that, I think that a lot of people are already out at the activism that they're doing, and I just, thank them for going out there and spreading the word and getting awareness out. And I just pray that, just like David slew Goliath, that a lot of the metaphorical rocks that we're throwing can fell this giant too. So I think we send all of our prayers and our love out to them, target individuals who are getting out there and doing activism today. I want to start the video with a prayer real quick. Just for all the people doing activism and just all of us today, just all target individuals, while we celebrate our strength and the horrible things that we've been through, but we celebrate it in a positive way, that we're here, we're still here and we're still fighting. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus Christ. Dear Lord, please just watch over everybody out there worldwide doing activism today. Please open the hearts and minds of the people that they talk to wherever they're doing activism. Please make big things happen. Help local news or mainstream news to pick up this activism, to talk about this subject. Please just let miracles happen with the activism, where we don't even know that something great is going to happen from it, and it just, it exceeds expectations of everybody who's set up events and is going out there to hand out flyers, get awareness out, network together and things like that. Please just give us miracles in this. And even though this technology might not go away, please stop the non-consensual human experimentation, torture, and everything, all the horribleness. Please give TIs, target individuals, strength, and courage, and put things in their way that help them to defend themselves, to feel better. Put loving people in their lives who understand what they're going through and can help them. And please just stop. Help us to quicken the end of these experimentation programs and torture programs, and just help people to be aware of how much corruption's in the world, so that they can join the fight and help to fix things, because this needs to be fixed, God. Just thank you for all the strong target individuals that are going out and doing their best to put an end to this, to make people aware of this. Thank you for them, and give them just strength, give them courage, give them give strength to their minds today, and help their torture to be lessened while they're out there doing this, so they can move through it and talk to people about this issue. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, amen. In the name of Jesus Christ. I'm just going to be honest with you guys right up front. I did this video, I did an hour-and-a-half video, and it seems like my attackers switched the microphone thing for my webcam. So I did a really good 1.5-hour video of just positive things that are going on. So I'm a little bit pissed right now. I'm really pissed. I started playing it back to make sure everything was okay and there was no sound, and it was just like me sitting here like this but with no sound. So I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do it over. This will probably be a totally different thing though, and such is the life of a targeted individual. We hit speed bumps, and more than that, we hit mountains we've got to go over, and we just got to do it. So in honor of Targeted Individual Day, I'm doing this video. I'm doing it for all of you guys, for all the people out there doing activism, but also I'm doing it for myself, because I spent an hour-and-a-half doing it, and then I was like, oh man, I'm probably not gonna try and make it over. But then I was like, well, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. It's about when we fall down, when something just, our attackers screw it up or something like that and make it hard for us to just do it anyway. And so I think it's actually, I've kind of rolled it into what it's all about today, our strength, celebrating our strength, celebrating the positivity, celebrating our can-do attitude, You know, so I'm not going to show any of that anger. I'll just laugh at it. I'm going to laugh at negative things today, and really let's send our prayer and love to all those guys out there, you know, doing activism. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do an hour and a half video. Maybe 45 minutes, an hour. It just depends, because I'm kind of tired from doing that last one. I kind of jump into these things, and since I'm being remote neural manipulated so bad, I have to kind of go 100 miles an hour to keep up with, you know, to not forget stuff that I wanted to talk about. But anyway, enough about that. I really hope all you guys are surviving out there. I hope that all the guys that are doing activism, and I think a lot of them have started the rallies now, and there is activism all over the world. There's so much that I'm just going to tell you all about what I know that's going on, but it's so much stuff is going on, and so many people are doing so many rallies and activism and things that I can't keep on top of it. Now that's a hopeful sign. I mean, that's very hopeful. That's very positive. I want to go through this. This is the Freedom for Targeted Individuals.org page. Targeted Individual Rally in Chicago, August 29, 2018, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I think that's it's 11:39 where I am, and I think they're an hour ahead. So I think they've been going for about an hour and a half on the corner of, you know, I think everybody's pretty much out there that's going. Actually, but if you do live in Chicago, it's on the corner of West Washington Street and North Dearborn Street at the Daly Center. So if you live in Chicago, you're a targeted individual, you didn't know, and you do, I don't know, I may get this video out, it may be, you know, later on today, so I think everybody's pretty much out there that, so I'm just going to talk about, like, what's happening today. FFTI coordinators will be attending this event. Please join the event for part or all of the time and help us expose the crimes of organized stalking and electronic harassment. If you know you will attend and want to be added to the roster, or if you wish to receive more information about the event, send an email to chicagotiday@gmail.com. Now, okay, so I want to go through all the events going on, just how many things are going on today, because it's very hopeful when you think about it. So, this is the one going on in Chicago. I think this is a press release for the one going on in Chicago that Freedom for Targeted Individuals put on their website. Dr. Matthew Aaron's going to be going out there with some huge banners with this actual thing that's on the screen. You know, some big banners, and then they're going to have a bunch of flyers and stuff like that. And Ella and like some other people at other events too, but Ella is contacting press in I think Boston, and is trying to contact press in Boston and in Chicago. And I think at a lot of other venues they're sending out press releases and trying to get local press to pick it up. Turn my phone off real quick. Okay. So I wanted to go over all the activism that I know of. There's probably more, like, throughout the world that's going on, and maybe even more in our country that I'm not covering. But there's going to be simultaneous TI Day rallies are happening in London, Paris, Rome, Warsaw, Tokyo, Bangkok, Vancouver, Canada, other U.S. cities holding rallies, Berkeley, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Hollywood, Kansas City, New York, Philadelphia, Phoenix, and a lot more. There's stuff going on in Atlanta, there's stuff going on in Florida, there's stuff going on in like many cities in California besides Berkeley. Michigan, there's something going on in Michigan. So there's tons of stuff, and then like worldwide too. So I know I'm missing some, but there's rallies being held and activism being done in all these different places in the United States. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on one second. Okay, I did want to read. I think this is the press release that they sent out for the event in Chicago. I know in Boston, Alice in Ireland is going to be at the Boston one. They're going to a train station in Boston where they're going to hand out flyers and things like that. That's going to be a big rally. And then in Florida, I'm not sure the venue of where they're going to go, but I think there's a couple of things going on in Florida. So I just want to read kind of what they're sending out on the press release. Organized stalking, also known as contracted stalking and vigilante stalking. This crime can manifest itself in different ways. Regardless, multi-stalker stalking is a crime that police will not address. Nearly all victims of organized stalking report being harassed for long periods of time by multiple community residents, mostly complete strangers. New offenders regularly join these harassment campaigns through time, making the crimes difficult to document. Credible victims report that some corrupt police officers and other emergency service personnel participate in their harassment at times, suggesting that misuse of confidential law enforcement databases, watch lists, infraguard groups, citizens on patrol, and so forth is done to terrorize and persecute upstanding citizens. Sometimes private security firms may be hired to carry out organized stalking. Example, when Harvey Weinstein hired Black Cube to coerce victims and reporters into keeping quiet about Weinstein's alleged crimes. Some of the most common motives behind organized stalking include the silencing of whistleblowers, harassment for hire, revenge stalking, and sadly stalking for sadistic sport. I think that's great to get people, who don't know about this introduced to the topic, especially if you're sending it to local media. Y'all know what I think, and I think that, the non-consensual experimentation laws, basically for like upper level governmental agencies, are the same as they were since World War II. So we need legislation on that. These third-party contractors that are carrying out research and development on neuroweapons and directed energy weapon systems are getting clearances that the DoD gives them so that they can experiment non-consensually on citizens in this country, and other military industrial complexes have the same kind of little underground rules that the public doesn't know about. And then what I was going to say, but then all these other crimes are based around that excuse, that they don't have to, that they do not have to get informed consent for some of this experimentation if it has to do with national security or scientific research. And then a bunch of, the gang stalking and everything like that to discredit us, and to feed the surveillance state, to feed those industries, because they need people to just use it on. I don't understand why they don't just surveil real criminals. I wouldn't say torture real criminals, because we have a justice system for a reason, but why they're doing all this stuff to innocent people who have not committed crimes is just way beyond me. So electronic harassment, this term applies to the so-called sonic attacks recently perpetrated against U.S. diplomats in Cuba and China. Officials do not want the general public to know that these incidents were actually assaults with microwave harassment devices and radio frequency directed energy weapons, and that assaults cause effects in only those targeted, which include high-pitched ringing in the ears, yes, vertigo, nausea, stabbing pains, torturous electrified sensations, heart palpitations, non-ionizing radiation burns, hearing loss, and concussion like traumatic brain injuries. Though evidence of these assaults is difficult to detect, some victims have managed to collect solid evidence of electronic harassment, as we are showcasing at the rally. So that's really cool. And I want to go through the last part of it. I'm pretty sure this is a draft of the press release. It may actually be the press release itself that Freedom for Targeted Individuals was making for the Chicago rally. The offenders perpetrating organized stalking and electronic harassment with impunity are violating many federal and state laws. These include Title 18, Section 241 of the U.S. Code, Conspiracy Against Rights, the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution, Example, when corrupt peace officers engage in or facilitate warrantless surveillance, home break-ins, etc. Various parts of Title 47 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Example, FCC's rules and regulations when criminals engage in electronic harassment. Laws pertaining to hate crimes and torture, and numerous state laws against harassment, stalking, aggravated assault, and battery, etc. So that's really cool. And I did just want to go through real quick, because kind of, I want to make the video not only about, because I don't have much information, on exactly what all the activist groups are doing, and exactly the cities and everything like that. I just want y'all to know how much is going on today, and I wanted to honor our strength and all the good stuff that's going on by all these different all the different organizations that have put together a lot of activism and awareness, and like Targeted Justice, stop007.org, freedomfortargetedindividuals.org, and I wanted to show what else, PAX International, CAHT, Targeted Massachusetts, just go through some of these people that are really doing good things, and just show you their website, just to kind of celebrate what they're doing, and really just celebrate today and how strong we all are for still getting up every day and fighting this crap. On the practical side of me, I woke up this morning with my back hurting, and I'm not going to get too negative, but just remote neural manipulation, just it's extensive because my body is just at a point where it really can't take this pain and damage. It feels like I'm going to give out, but in a spiritual side of me, like my body sometimes, like we're never gonna do this. They're covering it up so much. There's so much money, and nobody cares about us. And that's a negative thing to think in my practical mind. It used to, like 5 years ago, I was like, well, this is just like some kind of glitch, some kind of corruption, and it'll be taken care of. We tell people this is going on, and boom, it'll go away, in no time. But then as I've learned more and more through the years, I realize how big it is, and how many actual governmental agencies, contractors, our military-industrial complex, the military-industrial complexes of other nations are involved in experimenting with neuroweaponry and directed energy weapons on their citizens, and these surveillance programs of gang stalking, harassing people that are being murdered and experimented on, like how big it is. So in my mind sometimes, I lose a little bit of morale, but in my spirit I know that miracles can happen, and things can happen that we don't even know, like that we don't even see coming down the road. God can work out things in a lot of ways that just we can't think of right now. And a lot of people on the not a lot of people, but some people, a couple of people who, some of them may be trolls or perps, and then I think some real targeted individuals, they always they'll kind of jab me about giving people false hope. And y'all got to realize I'm going through this too. It sucks. Like, I know it sucks, and it's dark stuff, and it's sometimes it seems impossible. It seems like nobody's going to listen to us, but I don't think any hope is false. I believe there's denial of what's happening, and I'm not doing that, but I don't believe that any hope is false if it can get you to take positive action in your life, and believe. We've got to believe that some good things can happen and that our lives can change. I just don't believe. I believe false hope is an oxymoron. If you're giving real hope. But let me keep going. Here. I just wanted to show some of these billboards that Freedom for Targeted Individuals put up. This is one in a train station. It's a two-sided train wrap in Vancouver. This is one in Massachusetts, Salisbury, Massachusetts, and I think they're trying to get one for Boston right now. That's Midge. Midge is going to be out at the she's going to be at the Chicago rally today too. I think I heard she was going to be there. and she's working really hard with targeted justice. I hate seeing those pictures of the burns on her face. This is at the Waterfront Sky train station in Vancouver. So this is another one in Vancouver, Canada. This is the one on the LAX, and there are like I think 4 other ones in California and like around Beverly Hills and Hollywood and LA and things like that. And this is a huge billboard campaign. A lot of people are raising money to get billboards put up in their areas too. So it's very, very hopeful. And then this video may be a little bit quicker than my last one. I was getting really wordy, and kind of making a lot of side notes and kind of talking, but I did that for an hour and a half, so this one might be a little bit shorter, guys. I'll be making a lot more videos though. Really, this is just to honor all the positive stuff that we have going on today, and how strong people are, and all of the things that are going on all the time, not just for International TI Day. Now this is strikeout targeting. Brian has been working really hard on this, so this is going to be going on August 29th from 11 to I think 5. So I think they're there now. Strikeout targeting in Kansas City at the Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. Then also I think later on at 5, like in the afternoon, there's a game in Philadelphia, the Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. So they're going to be there this afternoon. There's going to be activism there. And then this is the big one, strikeout targeting in Atlanta, and that's going to be, it looks like that's going to be at like 6 tonight. Yeah, 6 tonight till later, in SunTrust Park in Atlanta, Georgia. So there's going to be activism at these stadiums all day. I think there are actually some more stadiums up the East Coast that they're doing activism at today. So there's a lot of activity going on today. It's really exciting. I hope some breakthroughs come through. They talk to some people with maybe some clout who can do something about this. Maybe get some people concerned about this so they start taking action. And then the big one, if local media can come out and get some video of the rallies, that's going to be awesome. I'm praying for that. Let's all really pray for that. I'm kind of not sure when I'm going to get this video out, if my attackers may. I got the other ones out pretty good, so I'm going to try and put it out right after I get it done. But I hope it's like not tomorrow. I hope it's today, so I can get this in on Targeted Individual Day, International Targeted Individual Day. So that's strikeout targeting, and he has a lot of great things right here. Like he's got a watch keychain, there's buttons, an actual iPhone case, wow, a targeting mug, and then he has t-shirts. So if you want to support strikeout targeting and what Brian's doing, and a lot of other people who are joined in, go to TI Chronicles, and this is just an amazing website. It's amazing, like all the new news and everything like that about kind of surveillance. The news story, well, the story about that mass shooting at the Madden 2019 tournament in Jacksonville. He put that up. Anything maybe we should be concerned or look into, he puts up on this website. So I'm really impressed. But if you want to support him in strikeout targeting and what he's doing with this website, please come here and you can buy a shirt, like a strikeout targeting shirt. And give me 1 second, hold on, guys. But I'm really impressed with that. I'm really impressed with that website. Okay. So, and then I just wanted to go through some, websites that actually. Let me go to Targeted Massachusetts first. And so Massachusetts Targeted Individual Day, Global Targeted Individual Day, and they're trying. I think they're trying to, on the Northeast in Massachusetts. They're trying to get a billboard put up. They're doing a billboard campaign. So if you want to donate to that, please come to this Targeted Massachusetts site. www.targetedmassachusetts.org. I did want to, if you guys know Frank from the calls, he's always pushing forward. He's doing great conference calls and just trying to help people and trying to get this information out there. I think Kate Ryan is involved with Targeted Massachusetts also. I think they're going to be doing a lot of stuff in Boston today. Rallies going on in Boston. So our prayers and our hearts go out to you guys, and just my hat's off to everybody doing activism. I'm not really going to take my hat off because my hair sucks right now. I didn't take a shower this morning. But really, tons of respect and tons of love, and anything that everybody else can do to support you guys, we will. I want to go down. I want to read Targeted Massachusetts mission statement. I thought it was very good. To protect our human rights. Mission statement. Targeted Massachusetts was formed in 2014. Our mission is to locate all targeted individuals within our great state, the United States, and the world. We have added Targeted Massachusetts Eastern Conference to stay in close contact with targets for their safety, mutual education, and needs. STARS, International or Strategic Team Against Radio Frequency Strikes, will take the fight to the perps. Our next goal will be to have chapters of STARS in all 50 states. May we, in finality, cast a shadow of shame on those who perform these acts of domestic terrorism. May God bless all of us, the targeted individuals. We are seeking knowledge and proliferation of same throughout the world. This site will provide you with all of the most up-to-date information available. So please come here to support them in their billboard campaign and everything else. And they're doing a great job, and I think there's going to be tons of stuff going on in Boston today. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome that we can keep going, and I have to just say, even if you're just getting up every day and living through this stuff, you're a hero. And then I just wanted to show the PAX website. PAX is always doing a lot of stuff. Derek's always doing a lot, and he has a show. He has a conference call on Mondays and Saturdays. Also, I did want to show this. This was pretty cool, and I didn't know about this. This Friday, there's on the History Channel episode on mind control to air this Friday. For those that have the History Channel, the series called In Search Of, so I guess it's like In Search of whatever. I think they do like In Search of Bigfoot though. That's the shitty thing. Like right now, we're kind of getting lumped into, like on that Edge of Wonder, they talk about a lot of UFO stuff and crap like that. So something that's actually like in our communities and is a huge problem and it's real technology that's being abused is being lumped into some things that are pretty left field, and this is not a left field problem. This is a very, very in everybody's communities, real people being killed and targeted problem. But we've got to take what we can get sometimes, and we've got to just get the information out there, and then it'll build on that. It'll build on those things. So for those of you who have the History Channel, the series called In Search Of will air an episode on mind control this Friday night, August 31st, which will likely include interviews from several in our community who spoke with journalists a few months ago. So that's really awesome. That's a really positive thing. And then where else did I want to go? I'm going to make this a little bit short, guys, because I just want to make a video just really thanking everybody who's going out and doing activism, and just letting everybody know how much activism is going on, just so we can, keep our morale boosted, and know that things really are, a lot of great stuff really is happening. So I just wanted to, this is a website, this is Dr. Horton's website, stop007.org, and I put it on like almost every video because I really like her. I think she's like super strong. She keeps going. She's not going to stop. She's a fighter. She's doing a lot of stuff. I do want to do this quote by her. The only real threat to national security in the world are the military and the intelligence agencies, by Dr. Catherine Horton. Quote by Dr. Catherine Horton. She's keeping the Techno Crime Fighters Forum. They're not doing exactly those anymore, and the people that were in those are kind of doing their own things right now. You know, Romola D is still she's doing some awesome interviews. As a matter of fact, I've still got to listen to, I think she did an interview with Dave Case, and then she did one with Nick Begich that I haven't listened to yet. But Dr. Horton is, you know, carrying on every Thursday Global Crime Fighters. She's doing more videos and more activism, working on court cases and affidavits. And I think that she's got an affidavit form. I'm going to use that and maybe give her that information, and then also use it for targeted justice. So she's really helping out to give this form, you know, this affidavit form for targeted individuals to fill out, and get these together so we can use them in each other's court cases. She's just doing awesome work. So I wanted to, you know, say thank you, Dr. Horton, today, you know, on International TI Day. I know there's so many other people, you know, doing stuff out there. These are just the people that, like, because you can't, I mean, I can't keep track of all the great stuff going on out there, and all the people really fighting hard. So I'm just going to kind of, you know, show the people that really influence me, that really inspire me, you know, the positive things they're doing to really boost our morale in this, because there is hope. This does suck, and it is a war, but there's a lot of hope. You know, there's exponential awareness on social media. You know, I think people are taking us a lot more seriously now, and then after today, after all this activism that's happening today, we just don't know what kind of changes can be made. We don't know what's gonna come. Okay, so, and also, you know, somebody else who was in the Techno Crime Fighters forum, Romola, you know, she's still doing her videos, and I'm sure if y'all are target individuals, you watch her videos. They're great interviews. So this is just the everyday concerned citizen, where she puts all of her information, and she's still working really hard. She's getting hit really hard. You know, her and Dr. Horton are getting hit really hard, but they keep moving forward. So I just wanted to show that, and I still gotta watch the I still have to watch the interview she did with Nick Begich, and I think she did one either about Dave Case or with Dave Case. I've got to check that one out. I think it was an interview with Dave Case, but I really want to watch that one with Nick Begich. And she's doing so much awesome work, and I know that she's getting, you know, tortured severely. You know, so I appreciate that, and I think we all do. Yeah, so I mean, and let's see what else. I can't remember what I did on the on my other video. Did I show? I can't. It's all like it bleeds in. I think that I did it like on the last video, so I'm not sure if I've already done targeted justice. But they, you know, Midge is doing such awesome work. I'm actually signed up with targeted justice, and I think that it's a, you know, this class action suit. They're doing other stuff too. But the journey to the, I know a lot of people are like, well, we're not going to get a class action suit going or whatever. But it's the journey there that can change things. Maybe it won't happen in the exact way of just class action filed and, you know, class action solved. It might not happen like that. But what they're doing and moving forward, it's going to get us to solutions. And we may not see the final solution now, and the class action could work after a lot more things happen in between. So I guess I want to read their mission statement and stuff like this. I know it's probably stuff y'all have all seen, but, you know, I thought I'd put a video out of some things that are very inspirational to me, that keep me going. And then we just, you know, remember that so many people are out there doing activism today. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization committed to pursuing education, public awareness, and legal action for targeted individuals. These hate crimes must be stopped, and I agree with that. These hate crimes, this, you know, this torture, experimentation, also harassment from, you know, DHS fusion centers, InfraGard, the Citizens Corps. I'll read this here too, just so y'all, if y'all want to contact Targeted Justice, y'all can. And I realize, guys, these are a lot of websites that we, all as targeted individuals know about. But just in case there are, some not people who aren't directly targeted, they can see some of these positive things that we're doing in activism and go there and really check it out, and maybe they can join in the fight with us. This is really important. So even if you're not a directly targeted person, this is severe corruption, and the people who are experiencing this, because I'm one of them, we're going through a lot of pain, mental anguish and physical anguish. So any help we can get, we'll take. So Targeted Justice has a membership that consists of targeted individuals and the people and groups that support our efforts. We currently have more than 600 people that have indicated their support for education, public awareness, and the pursuit of legal action. Even if you are not a targeted individual, you can join our membership and support our efforts. If you'd like to add your name or volunteer with our team, please contact us at Targeted Justice Membership at protonmail.com. So Targeted Justice Membership at protonmail.com. I did want to go through real quick one of the, and this is Dr. Carlstrom's website, www.gangstalkingmindcontrolcults.com. I think I wanted to read one of the quotes on his page. I love his website. He's out there giving interviews. I wanted to go through something from Dr. Ronnie Kilda's book, Bright Light on Black Shadows. I think this was in the forward, or this is maybe in the forward of the mind control articles. Maybe it was from the book, but I really wanted to honor her today because she's somebody who gave us a lot of information, the gang stalking manual and everything like that. She was a very spiritual woman, the chief surgeon in I think Switzerland. I don't know. I'm not sure. My brain is on the fritz today, and almost every day it's on the fritz. But I did want to read this from her. I need to figure out what those words are. Okay. So this is from Bright Light on Black Shadows, I think. And may she rest in peace for all the good that she did in the world and all the truth that she tried to get out. And she was murdered by neuro weaponry and directed energy weapon attacks. So for having attended numerous international conferences in the last 30 years, some open, some closed, invitation only, in various countries from Moscow to Washington, D.C., in the fields of parapsychology, exopolitics, and UFOlogy, mind control, psychiatry, neuroelectromagnetic telecommunication, in military medicine, electronic warfare experimentation with an unknowing public with non-lethal weapons, etc., I feel I have acquired quite a bit of information which the general public should be made aware of. In spite that governments and secret services in various countries want to keep the lid on the extreme technical advances in science, like time travel, continuous trips to other planets like Moon, Mars, Saturn, etc., to keep the general public in ignorance. Reading and influencing thought signals, manipulating of our behavior by electrical, chemical, and psychological means is totally unknown to the general public and even mediocratic medical doctors. By Ronnie Lena Lukanen Kilda, MD. So I just wanted to honor her today on this day. I think she would be pretty happy. She wouldn't be happy that a lot of us are still being tortured, but she would be happy about people doing activism all over the world today, where activism and advancement and awareness is exponential. I think she'd be really happy about that. So let's see what else, guys. I'm basically going through some stuff that y'all already know, but just honoring those that inspire me. I guess, yeah, I want to go to Dr. Carlstrom's website. Also, Barry Trower has gotten out a lot of information. God, Richard Lighthouse, Robert Duncan, there's so many, John Hall. There's just so many out there, so many whistleblowers. that have really helped us, that I just wanted to say thank you to. Thank you for taking that risk, because some of them I don't know if I think all of them are targeted. I don't think Barry Trower is, but that takes courage. Like, if people who are not targeted, who are whistleblowers, to come out, it takes a lot of courage, because this is a fear-based system. This program, or whatever you want to call it, worldwide non-consensual torture and murder, is a fear-based system. And that's why you don't see a lot of people coming out and speaking out about it. Only the most courageous people, if they're not directly targeted. Now, I'm directly targeted, so what the F do I have to lose, right? I'm still going to be directly targeted no matter how much I speak out. A little bit more because I speak out, but don't let that stop you, because you kind of get that plateaus. It happens at first, and they try to keep you from doing stuff, but if you keep doing it, it kind of peters out. They may jab you here and there a little bit more. I don't know. I guess that's all kind of it's different in different protocols. My attackers do give me a lot more shit for putting out these videos, but it's worth it. It's worth it. We got it. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Okay, I'm not gonna do anything because my attackers are hitting me. And then they'll just keep hitting you and keep hitting your body. You'll keep getting more tired and more tired. So damned if we do, damned if we don't. We must do. So I want to read this quote from Dr. Carlstrom's website. He's another guy who's just putting out interviews. He did a bunch of interviews with Kev Baker and Romola D, and I think he's done some other interviews. I think he did an interview with I can't remember his name. Can't remember the guy's name, but he's done tons of interviews and spoken out for targeted individuals. He's also a targeted individual himself. A really smart guy. This is a quote on his website, and just check out his website. I know probably all of y'all have seen this, or y'all seen me putting up his website on here, but I just wanted to kind of honor all those who are doing extreme activism in honor of today. So in a report, and this is a quote from Bobby Towers' Circle of Snakes: How to End Your Gang Stalking. I haven't read this book, but this can help people to understand about policies that were enacted to actually target individual citizens, for many different reasons, from medical experimentation to silencing dissidents and whistleblowers. In a report presented in 2012 to the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, the Aspen Institute of Homeland Security Group advises we move away from a defensive position of protecting the country from foreign terror threats. Instead, we should focus on becoming a domestic security architecture, concentrating on offensive measures on single adversaries. The statement translates into targeting citizens as emerging adversaries within our borders. So a lot more goes into this, just more than just the waiver of consent for non-consensual human experimentation. A lot of policies have been put in place to take away people's rights and make it so that anybody can just surveil them. If it's a higher up agency, or a third-party contractor, basically military-industrial complex structure, that they can do whatever they want to any citizen they want. In anarcho tyranny is what we live in, and that's a fact. We look up anarcho tyranny. I don't know if it's in the dictionary, but it's an anarcho tyranny where some people can do whatever the hell they want to anybody they want if they're in the right group, and then the rest of us live in tyranny. So that was from Bobby Towers, Circle of Snakes: How to End Your Gang Stalking. I think that's kind of I talked a lot in the other one. I was going on and on about stuff, and just, I guess I do want to say this. I'll get to it because I think I've showed all the information. Let me go over that one more time though. All the events going on, just so y'all know how much is going on. Let me just go over that again, and because I know I said it once, but I said it quick. And I want to just go over everything that I know, all the activism that I know is going on today, and then what this told me that's going on today. And I wish there was, I guess I wasn't looking up things right, because I know there are some sites on T-Day. Well, you know, for Freedom for Targeted Individuals did a great job of letting everybody know. I know there were some other ones, but I couldn't find them, so I just got as much information as I could to put out there. And I hope I can get this up right after I make it, you know, so y'all can get that information. I hope it's not like tomorrow. Ooh, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I did, man, an hour and a half video, and then after there was no sound. Oh my god. Oh, and then in the V2K, the guy on my V2K immediately, when I was just like, oh god, I bet my attackers did that, he goes, he's retarded. Like right after that, just bringing it on home, you know, he's retarded, so what? And then like the woman's voice was like, that sucks. And he was like, dude's retarded, he's retarded. The things that they say on this V2K is fucking insane. Like, it's really, really insane, and it just keeps going and going. And I've developed some kind of weird adaptation where it's going on, but I do ignore it, and I don't know what that's doing to my brain. I have no clue. I know that we have neuroplasticity and adaptation. I've been able to adapt to a lot of things, you know, because I've had Crohn's since I was, you know, little, since I was 10, and I had to adapt to a lot of shitty stuff then. But some of the stuff, the mind stuff that I'm adapting to, because I just have to survive, it's like they're gonna keep doing it, and you got to defend as much as you can, and not put up with as much as you can, but find ways to not filter it out, but to chop it off. You know, chop it off. And humans are amazing in their ability to adapt to the impossible, and I've always been doing that my whole life. I bet you a lot of you guys out there too. It's kind of the, I guess, a positive thing out of this is I never knew how strong that I was, and I think a lot of you guys and women out there, y'all feel the same thing. That is something positive we can take from this, that we're still moving, that we do adapt to some of this stuff that's just horrible torture that I couldn't imagine. Like, I mean, I've had V2K since 2011, 2012, so it's been, you know, 7 years. It's gonna probably be almost 8 years coming up that I've had voice to skull, and then the horrendous pain. And it's amazing what you know, with the V2K, like, you know, I've done like Dave Case's CD while it's on. There's some kind of noise induction, so it's a little bit worse. But in general, like if I listen to Dave Case's CD, it gets real low, a lot lower. And then, you know, I'll have my YouTube, I'll play videos on YouTube like documentaries, or, you know, maybe news or something like that, or some talk radio podcasts and things like that. On YouTube, and play video games at the same time to get external inputs, you know, pleasing music and things like that, and to get through it when I can't take it anymore. So, you know, when we're at points where this stuff is just getting to a point where I can't fucking even take it. Like, my mind is just gonna break. I'm gonna have this like a break in my mind. You know, that's when you gotta, you know, do stuff like, you know, really focusing on some external stimulus, is really getting some pleasing music, getting something to cut it out, cut out all this electromagnetic crap they're shooting in to our heads, the bidirectional stream of energy. Where was I? Hold on one second, guys. Let me try and remember. And I'm like addicted to electronic cigarettes. I don't know if that's going to end anytime soon. It's melon. It's melon. Green kind. This is also kind of an external stimulus. It's something to do, something to focus on, you know, but I know it's not good for me. I know it'd be better if I didn't, because I'd probably breathe a lot better. because they do a lot of stuff to my breathing, especially when I sleep. My attackers. But let me just read this again, guys. Maybe this will be an hour and a half because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm practicing on my. I don't think I said this on this video. I'm not sure, but I'm like trying to get to where I can just calm down and go through the information. But because of the extensive torture and remote neural manipulation, I find myself when I get on a video, I'm like, okay, this, and I don't stop, because if I stop, I forget what I'm doing, because my brain, like my memory has been, it's either being just interfered with. I'm hoping that that's the case, that it's interference with remote neural manipulation and the microwaves and stuff like that, and that if my attackers got off of me, that it would, my memory would come back. But I'm sure microwave pulsing to the brain, for at least 8 years. Stuff may have been going on before that, with an implant for like 10 years. I'm not sure of like the history of how it all, when it all started and everything like that. But it can do a lot of damage to the memory and emotion. But just got to stay hopeful. We do the best we can with what we got. So I'm trying to kind of calm down and adapt, and just go through the information. And I've got this thing from my mom, where if she had a broken back and had to do a business presentation, she'd be all smiles and just be rocking it, because she's all about presentation. And I got that from her. So it's been a blessing, but I also sometimes I feel like I'm not being fake, but I'm fronting a lot. I'm fronting because I'm going through really, this torture is really tough. But when I get on here, I'm just like, boom, got to go through the information. Even if some people have seen this a million times, they know what's going on. They're like, Kyle, you're just, you're doing stuff, you're preaching to the choir, we know this stuff. That's okay. Like, I understand that, but a lot of people who don't know about everything that we're doing, they need to know it, and I think it's important. It's hard to grab, because a lot of stuff is not released. We're sifting through the information and finding a lot of clues, and then putting that with direct documentation to put dots together for ourselves and for other people. Because normal people have to realize this, and a lot of targeted individuals, especially guy targeted individuals, they would disagree with me, but no target individual has all the answers. We don't necessarily, we have a lot of documentation and factual proof of why this is being done, but we don't. It's such a big thing, torturing people and then discrediting them through gang stalking, experimentation with neuroweapons. So no one targeted individual, has all the answers. I don't think the people microwaving me really know the big picture of what they're doing. They're just kind of doing this, and this is their job or whatever, their crazy satanic job. I forgot where I was going with that, but I did want to say a lot of my male targeted individual friends would really disagree with that, because they know everything. They know exactly how all this works and whatever. And it's not just if one of my male TI friends think that I'm talking about you, I might be, but I'm also talking about a lot of other ones too. It's amazing, the testosterone in the male ego. It's incredible. I have less of it. I have more feminine qualities. I mean, I'm a straight guy, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd call myself an alpha male, but a lot of testosterone. I'm not talking bad about guys. Guys are awesome. There's a lot of real tough guys in the targeted individual community, but it's just amazing how, mostly guys are like, I know everything. I know everything about everything, even if I haven't really researched it. I just know, and that's not all of them. It's not all male targeted individuals, but it's pretty funny sometimes. And it's really funny sometimes. But I love all of them. You know, I love the men and women who are being targeted that I see on talk to on the conference calls, and all the people who comment. I love you guys for comment. I think my next video, I'm just gonna go through comments and just answer them, because I have so much crap that I need to do, and then I'm just trying to survive this, so I can't go through and answer all of them. And then I noticed how, like, when I first started making videos, I'd have a lot, and then people stopped commenting because I don't think I was answering them. So I want to do something kind of special, you know, with this, with kind of my new direction on this, and you know, start doing some shows just answering comments. I'm not going to do it on this one because I just want to celebrate you know, International TI Day today, and I want to reread like where stuff is going on, then add where I know more activism is going on, so y'all can know how much. And then we're probably still missing some stuff that's going on worldwide. So exciting! This is exciting. Because I did it at the beginning of the video. I just, you know, simultaneous TI Day rallies are happening in London, Paris, Rome, Warsaw, Tokyo, Bangkok, Vancouver, Canada, other cities in the U.S. holding rallies, Berkeley, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Hollywood, Kansas City, New York, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Florida. There's stuff going on in Florida. I'm not sure which cities. There's many cities besides Berkeley and California that stuff is going on. Michigan, there's stuff going on in Michigan. And then the Chicago one, obviously, what this one was made about. Boston, I think. Maybe it's Cambridge, Massachusetts, and not Boston that they're doing it in. But I think they're doing something. No, Boston. No, they're definitely, because because they're going to a train station to hand out flyers. So so definitely there's other in Boston, and probably I forgot someone. Probably Seattle. I bet you there's some activism going on in Seattle, but I'm kind of guessing on that one. I'm not for sure, but I know probably. So tons of stuff, and then in other countries, you know, I just know this, what they're doing here, but there's probably so much stuff going on. I did want to just say, because I know I said something earlier, and then I'll kind of end it out. Because I'm getting tired, and I had to do this like twice. So, I did. Hold on one second, guys. Like, I know there's a lot of people who, like, because I said it earlier. I don't know if I said it on this video. I might have said it on the other one. But I've kind of gotten the criticism from a couple of people, and not a lot of people, but I wonder sometimes. They say that I give false hope, and that a lot of people who are into activism and helping us to survive and get through this and change things so that it stops, that maybe that you know, we give false hope or something like that. I think that false hope is an oxymoron. I think I said that on this video. My memory is really bad. It's really bad, guys. But I want to tell y'all a story. I want to tell y'all a story about, like, I've had Crohn's disease since I was 10 years old, and it's been pretty painful some of the time. You know, around, I was born in 1981, and so then around like 2000, you know, I had some pain. I think my Crohn's disease was hurting me, and I think it was intertwined with some actual non-consensual human experimentation too. But it was after I got out of college, and it must have been, I was working at Dell, and it was like 2007, I think. And I remember, and I didn't know I was targeted yet. If I was, I'm not sure. I think that I was, but I don't. It wasn't on the scale. It wasn't on a full body. So if I was getting, my stomach was hurting, I'm not sure if that was from the targeting. I'm pretty sure it was just from my Crohn's disease. Now, like, it's so obvious. Like, for these past 7 years, it's been so obvious that I've known it was targeting. I think it was kind of intertwined from around 2000 to 2011. But anyway, that's not the point. You know, one day I had to go. I missed work at Dell a lot. Like, I'd have to work from home, or I'd just miss work altogether, because I was having problems with my Crohn's. Mostly my Crohn's, I think. If I was targeted in any way, you know, it was like it was more of my Crohn's disease that was going on. But you know, I was on the couch one day, like face down and rocking back and forth, because for months my stomach had been hurting and it wasn't stopping. Like, I had no relief at all. It was just months, and my stomach would not stop hurting, because I had these huge, you know, like in my colon, I had, you know, ulcers all along the beginning of the colon. And I literally, it had been months of it, and I was on the couch praying to God, like, I'll do anything if you stop this. And then, you know, it didn't stop, you know, for weeks and weeks. And it was a situation where I said to myself, I said, I'm gonna be in pain like this the rest of my life, like constant stomach pain where you can't walk around or do anything. I had that feeling like this is gonna be for the rest of my life, and it wasn't. You know, within a couple of months, I had a surgery, things got worked out. Now I don't have stomach pain from Crohn's. Occasionally I get remote neural manipulation where it hurts my colon, but it's very intermittent. It's not all the time. You know, but there's a lot of other pain that I'm assured is remote neural manipulation. It's not from my Crohn's disease. My Crohn's disease actually went into remission, but that's not the point. So, I mean, it kind of sucks that I actually, you know, my Crohn's disease got a lot better, but then I started getting targeted. Like down the road, so it was replaced with something way worse, you know, that Crohn's stuff. But that feeling that I had when I said, this is never going to end, it's kind of a feeling that I have with this. It feels on a bigger scale. It feels like that time I was sitting on my couch and I was like, this is never going to stop. This is going to be forever. And I get that feeling on a larger scale with this. Like, it feels like I don't see, you know, I see all the positive activism and all the things that we're doing, but I see that we keep hitting a lot of brick walls. And it's so big and it's so hidden. The military-industrial complex, you know, owns the mainstream media, and the mainstream media will never grab onto any of these stories for fear of their lives, basically. And it seems really insurmountable. But I had that feeling back then, and that too passed. And it's the same feeling that I get with this, like that practical feeling of this is too big. This isn't going to go away. But then it's that same feeling. So it's happened before. It's happened before where, you know, I felt like this, you know, it's never going to end, but then it does. So I've experienced that form of miracle. And it was a lot of different things that happened, you know, after that months and months of stomach pain, and lots of things that happened to eventually get it to where I didn't have stomach pain. A lot of things kind of came together, things that I wouldn't have expected to happen. That when I was sitting there saying this isn't going to end, I'm going to feel pain in my stomach forever, I wasn't even thinking about down the road and these twists and these turns and things that God put in my life to actually get it to stop. It was unimaginable how it happened. And I think that's the same thing with this. Now, the activism, the videos that we're putting out, everything like that, you know, documentation that we're putting out, connecting the dots with what experts on the subject, you know, like Barry Trower, Robert Duncan, John Hall, you know, I would say Dr. Karlstrom's pretty much an expert on this stuff. Richard Lighthouse, I'm missing a lot. There's so many more out there, but connecting those dots, we know what we're doing and we know what we're going for. We're going for awareness in society, right? Targeted Justice knows that they're trying to get out awareness, and they're going along the road to do a class action lawsuit. Things can happen along the way where maybe it's not just a class action lawsuit that's successful. maybe they're raising so much awareness. So don't give up, and don't look at something like and say, oh, targeted justice is never going to get a class action suit, because that journey that they're taking to get that class action suit and all the awareness that they're putting out along the way, that's making things happen that we can't expect, that we don't know that are going to happen. So I don't know, this false hope thing, if it keeps you from doing positive things to help other targeted individuals and get information out, if saying, oh, it's just a bunch of false hope, this is going to get worse, and it stops you from taking action, throw that away, because there's no such thing as false hope. And we've seen that today. We've seen all these people, well, I mean, we don't see them now, but we're going to see some video. I'm sure a lot of them are going to be getting video of the activism and everything like that. And maybe we'll see a local news story tonight. I think it would take a like a supernatural miracle that mankind has never seen since the parting of the seas to get the mainstream media to report any of the activism going on today. But who knows? You know, who knows, guys? So I don't believe in false hope. I believe in denial, of not knowing, just being like, oh, well, the situation's not so bad. It's not that bad, you know. I don't, you know, I believe in denial, that somebody could not know how bad this is, and you know, just, you know, deny it and say everything's going to be fine, but knowing how bad it is and still having hope, that's what we need to do. So anybody who may say, like, you know, not a lot of people have said this to me, but I sometimes question. I'm like, because I've said for a long time, you know, we're getting there. You know, we're getting there. And I was telling the truth. We are getting there. Like, our individual situations still suck. And they're not getting much better. You know, my attackers are actually being harder on me. And I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, with their targeting. But I forgot. My mind drew blank just then. But I just don't believe in false hope. If there's action alongside of hope, any action that you take, you know, we can't say we're going to take this action and exactly this is going to happen. You take action, you throw stones, just like David did, and then God takes them from there a lot of times. Sometimes, man, we take action. Sometimes I make a video and I get, like, not a lot of views or whatever, and I'm like, well, you know, but some videos get like thousands of views or whatever, and you know, they probably get out to a lot of people. So don't let any of that stuff about, like, this is just going to get worse, and you know, all this activism and stuff, it's just false hope. Don't let it stop you from taking action, because you don't know where that action, you don't know how it's going to end up. It's not a one-to-one thing. It's a, while you're going from point A to point B, God's going to do a lot of things that you couldn't even see, that you couldn't even imagine. And that's where I think our strength lies, in this, in things that we don't even know are coming up. I mean, I'll give you an example. Like, you know, when I first started when I knew I was targeted, I was like, well, you know, probably the solution to this for the time being, before we can get this program stopped, is going to be some kind of clothes that you put on, you know, to stop the frequencies, or it's going to be like a field, like some kind of, you know, you put it on your belt and it creates kind of a field, kind of like the Q-Wave Defenders, but a lot stronger, a lot more military grade. And then Dave Case's CD came along. A CD with similar frequencies to the carrier frequencies that are coming in at my head, and that actually do cancel out a lot of it. I mean, they cancel out a lot of it. A CD helping this in any way? That's an example of, like, okay, we're thinking, we're doing work, we're putting in work, and we think this is going to happen. Something incredible can come along. So don't stop believing in that, and don't let anybody else make you stop believing in that. I know this is just horrible all the time. It's horrible and sucky, but I've seen miracles in my life. I've experienced miracles in my life. And y'all see me, like, I'm putting videos out. Sometimes it's just looking at people's websites, just to, you know, just to be putting something out there, just to be putting information out. We need to be doing that. Like, I know some people are like, well, unless you have some kind of, like, breakthrough information that nobody has ever heard, why make a video? That's not true. You need to, if you enjoy people's websites, or you just want to talk about what's going on with you with this stuff, this is an important topic. This is an important news topic, that citizens are being experimented on by neuroweaponry, directed energy weapons, this gang stalking crap with DHS fusion centers, and InfraGard, and maybe even more agencies out there. Like, this is the most important news in our society that nobody's hearing. So keep promoting other people. You know, just keep on, you know, keep talking about it. That's one of the pieces of advice that, you know, I was listening to Robert Duncan's interview from a while back, and somebody asked him, how do we stop this? He said, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it. Like, he said it 3 times or 4 times or whatever. And I said that, you know, it was like after I had started making videos, and I was like, yeah, we just got to keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it until it's a common topic, and that they have to stop this because people know. And less people will get involved with it if they know the whole enchilada. People are working compartmentalized, and they don't know that we're being microwaved, so they maybe gang stalk us. Some people are maybe, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's very compartmentalized. The more that we get full awareness out of how this all fits in, the less people who participate in it. Because the whole world is not a sociopath. There's this cult of insanity and just belonging to a group and then doing crazy things. And then there's like 4% sociopaths who are in a lot of these organizations and stuff like that. And then misguided ex-military who have become insane from taking that next step and not having that moral line. So we've got a lot of stuff like that, and a lot more stuff that's screwed up. But the majority of the world wants to take care of their families and live a good life, and they want to help people. That's the majority of the world. So we need to talk to them. We need to be talking to them and putting out information. And if you just speak the truth, that's all we have, guys. We're not lying here. We're not lying about directed energy weapon experimentation. We're not lying about remote neural manipulation. Sure, it may sound crazy to somebody who hasn't experienced it, but we're not lying. We're telling the truth. It's so powerful. And if you know you're telling the truth, and you just tell it no matter how bad you're feeling. If you say that you're feeling bad. You know, I do that a lot of times. I do that a lot of times when I can't think, and I'm like, man, this is not going to be presented well. I think God kind of lifts me up on these videos. He helps me a lot, because the way I felt like 2 hours ago or whatever when I started making these videos, boy, I was like, I can't even think of anything to go through. But just do it. You know, just do it. Like what's that guy? What's that guy's name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. Oh, it would have been funny if I could remember his name. The French guy, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Just do it. I bet you he was a target, actually. I kind of think he was a target. But alright, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. You know, these guys that are going out there, just thank you so much for going out there and doing this and giving it your all. Thanks for everybody who's putting in anything, you know, to the activism out there. You know, even if you didn't get to go out there and you're doing something today to help other targeted individuals, you know, good job. And then, and I'll go so far as to, even if you're just a targeted individual who's maybe, you know, watching this video and you're keeping going, you know, congratulations to you. You know, we have that balance of not congratulations to you, but you're a strong person. Y'all know what I mean. Sometimes I just misspeak, but like we what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Oh God, starting to really peter out now. I was gonna say something important, but I forgot. So I'll just say, I love you guys, and thank you for everybody, every targeted individual who keeps going, in whatever way you keep going. I was gonna say that we have a balance, because we all need to do more and do better to get this awareness out to save our lives, so that we don't have to live this way our whole lives, and also to stop other people's pain who maybe are immobilized by this or bedridden or something like that. We have the balance to keep doing more, but also to try and take care of yourself. I know, like, you know, with the torture, it's not, I don't know if I said this on this video, but it's difficult for us, you know, targeted individuals, because it's not like we're just people who know about some kind of injustice going on and we're all healthy and we're all just ready to do activism and we've got our health and our you know, good mindset or whatever. You know, we're being horribly tortured and our minds being messed with and everything like that, and then we've got to like do a lot of work and keep doing more work and more work to make people understand that we're being murdered and to stop the people who are murdering us for no reason. I mean, good God. We need miracles, and we need action. We need balanced action. But, you know, I'm not, you know, well, I don't want to go any further into it, but just every TI out there, be proud of yourself today, because you're strong, and find that light in that. Find the light in that you are strong, and you should be proud of yourself just for getting through this crap. Let's celebrate ourselves. And on the next video, I'll bring a lot more negative stuff out. So, but serious, guys, I love y'all. I love y'all, and just, you know, everybody out there, let's send all of our hopes and prayers out for them. And just, you know, miracles are coming, guys. We got to believe in it. We've all got to believe in it. We've all got to work hard to do this. I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end it on that, but I'll definitely see y'all on the next one.